Hi. Permit me to believe that you are doing fine. Well, today I'm your tutor, Samson Samuel Bander, and I'll be taking you in one component of curriculum which is referred to as curriculum design. Curriculum design. This is Kamuti Academy. Please enjoy the lecture. To begin with, we would want to understand what is curriculum design. And at this point, I want to believe that you have learned what is education and what is curriculum, and you understand all those components, and you've done the elements. Now we have reached a stage where we want to design a curriculum. What is curriculum design? Well, depending on the literature that you come across to, curriculum design is defined in so many ways. Amongst the ways that you find could include the following. Number one, we could say curriculum design is basically the process of planning on how the learning contents are going to be delivered to the learners within a specified period of time. In other words, we can say curriculum design is the process of creating a well-structured framework of how and what should be taught to the learners within a specified period of time. Well, amongst the definitions we can have, I think those are enough. So we are talking about a curriculum that should indeed meet learners' what need. So design it in a way such that learners will be able to get the content and the information required to them. Now, you need to realize that as you are designing this curriculum, there are things you need to consider. You don't just come to start designing a curriculum without, having some prior information. There are things that you need to consider in order for you to design a curriculum. What are those things? Let's look at them. I will write things to consider when designing a curriculum. Designing a curriculum. Sure. Number one, we are saying you should be able to determine what we call learning objectives. Number one, determine learning objectives. Learning objectives are also referred to as learning intent. Why are you teaching what you are teaching? Why are you delivering the instructions that you are delivering to the people? So learning, you need to be able to determine learning objectives, or rather learning goals and the aims. It's like somebody is at point A and wants to go at point what? B. So now you are at this point. Your aim is to go at this point. So B becomes your what? Your learning objectives, because that's where you want to do what? That's where you want to go. That is what learning objectives are all about. They provide direction to where you are going. I'm pretty sure that one is clear. Well, another thing that you need to consider is what we call determine what we call learning instruction strategy. Learning instruction strategy. Instructing strategy. Now, what are learning instruction strategies? These are basically learning experiences or methods that you are going to use as you be what? As the teacher or the lecturer who will be teaching. These might include, discussions, group work, all those things that you put together in order to deliver a lesson. They are referred to as the learning instruction strategy. So it's like this same point at A, you want to go at B. There are so many routes that you can use to reach at what? B. You can use a direct route that is like this one. You can also use this other route. So these many ways of reaching at point B are what we call learning instruction strategy. I'm pretty sure that one is clear. Well, let's consider another point that we can draw. Another point that we need to consider is what we call determine or identify. Let me use the word identify. Identify assessment method. Assessment method. Assessment method. What are assessment methods? Assessment methods, basically, here we are talking about how are you going to know that what you have taught has been communicated. We are talking about ways you are going to use in order to know that indeed people have understood what you have taught. So assessment methods might include quizzes, tests, presentations, among other things that you're going to consider, including homeworks and, final exams. All these are what we call instruction, or rather identify assessment methods. These are assessment methods. You want to know whether your learners have understood the content you have taught them formatively as well as summatively. Well, thank you very much. I'm pretty sure that one is very much clear. Another point you need to consider is what we call, you need to know or to consider what we call learner diversity. Learner diversity. What are we saying here? Learner diversity. As the curriculum, as a design of the curriculum, you need to know that the learners are different psychologically, mentally, and socially. So even as you are putting up the instructions and the learning objectives and everything, consider such diversities. Put ways on how learners who are slow learners as well as those that are brilliant, how they are going to move at one pace, and everyone will be able to do it to understand the concept. It's very important to consider learner diversities, because we come from different backgrounds, and people are are different in nature. Well, I'm pretty sure that one is very much clear. Another point you need to consider is what we refer to as determine sequencing and pacing. Sequencing and pacing. What are we trying to say? We are just trying to say, as a design of a curriculum, make sure that you provide a way on how learners will learn from the known to the unknown. So there should be that connectivity. There should be that understanding. Learners must be able to understand things from the known point of view to the unknown point of view within a specified period of time. Determine sequencing and pacing. Begin with the known, come to the unknown. And by so doing, your learners will be able to comprehend what indeed you are delivering. Well, these are among the things that you need to consider when designing a curriculum. Once you put up all these things together and everything is integrated very well, you discover that at the end of the day, your curriculum will meet learner needs. Well, as I'm going to conclude with my study, let us also look at the last component of curriculum design. And here, we just want to look at what we call the types of curriculum design. Types of curriculum design. Now, you need to realize that there are different types of curriculum design. There are different types of curriculum design. Now, among these types of curriculum design could be the following. So we have discussed the things to consider when designing a curriculum. Now let us look at the types of curriculum design that designers of a curriculum can do can follow. Okay. Now, types of curriculum design. Types of curriculum design. Among the types of curriculum design, number one, we have what we call subject-centered. Subject-centered. By the way, we only have 4 types of curriculum design. And number one is referred to as the subject-centered curriculum design. Yeah, subject-centered curriculum design. With this type of curriculum design, it is a design that mostly puts an emphasis on specific subject, which content must be learned, and how learners must learn, which content must be studied, and how learners must study that specific subject. That is the kind of, that's the type of this curriculum design methodology or approach. Number two, we have what we call learner-centered. Learner-centered. With this approach, you are basically putting a learner as a focal point. You want to look at what do learners really need. What is it that they really need? So here you are targeting individual learners. So at the end of the day, each and every learner is able to get the concept or the content of your instructions. Learner-centered curriculum design. Number three, we have what we call problem-centered. Problem-centered curriculum design. Problem-centered. Now, what is problem-centered? This type of curriculum design looks at what? Problems. That's why now you need to do to carry what we call situation analysis. Go into the community, assess the learners. What really is the problem roaming around the community? And that's when you can design a curriculum in line with the problems that are being faced in the community. Problem-centered curriculum design. Number last, we have what we call core-centered curriculum design. With core-centered curriculum design, basically you are looking at the integration of all the strategies, the skills, and the knowledge that learners need to do to get within a specified period of time in a given curriculum. So here now we are talking about the matter of integrating the knowledge, the skills, and every aspect that is needed for learners to have a depth of understanding. Whenever they are doing they are applying it in the community. So basically here we want skills that students are able to apply, and it is able to earn them a living. So these are the 4 types of curriculum design. Remember, we have defined what is curriculum. We have also looked at the things that you need to consider when designing a curriculum, and we have also looked at the 4 types of curriculum design. So this is basically a summary of what curriculum design is all about. Thank you very much. I've been your tutor, Samson Samuel Banda.